train to arrive at North Station.
Airports are my least favorite part of traveling. But this one in Doha didn't seem torturous.
Amazing. It's like a thick jungle in the middle of the desert.
Hamad International has been rated the world's best airport 3 times.
I usually get to an airport 2 hours before my flight, but this airport feels like a destination that you want to spend time in. Ooh.
Cities in the Middle East and Asia are investing billions in building these hubs. They've even become a showcase of national identity and ambition. Singapore has claimed the top airport title more than any other, 13 times. Meanwhile, Qatar has spent more than $16 billion on its sprawling Hamad International. We went to both airports to find out what makes them so special.
That feels really good.
And what it takes to be number one.
If you want to pamper yourself, just come to this airport.
International airports have become a place where luxury brands can tap into a unique market, the captive in-person customer with some time to kill. So many well-known designers are experimenting by not just selling bags and clothes, but also venturing into food.
So now we're at the world's first Louis Vuitton lounge. Now, if you're into branded exclusive experiences, this is it. Even the floor has the Louis Vuitton logo. And as you'll discover, some of the stuff in the menu has the Louis Vuitton monogram. The menu was designed by Yannick Eleno, who is a 3-star Michelin chef. Everything here was made customized specially for Louis Vuitton from Paris. The glasses here, Louis Vuitton. This one was actually made in, Paris. Even the chopsticks are Louis Vuitton branded. Thank you. Is this real gold? This might be the most expensive bite I'm about to take. Caviar, gold flakes, sushi. So all the wine here is provided by the Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy Group, LVMH, and it comes in from France. Monogrammed, the vanilla entremet. I'm more of a savory person, but this is really good. And this concludes my dining experience at the Louis Vuitton lounge. Oh man, that wine is gone, I just noticed. Okay, transport me to the next lounge.
Hamad now has more than 200 dining and retail outlets, so it's impossible to hit every single one. But I decided to explore the Dior Spa for a kind of indulgence that I didn't expect at an airport.
Here is our quality infusion welcome drink, and the ingredients are apple cider vinegar and the hibiscus.
Amazing. A little welcome drink to the spa. Okay, I'm ready to get pampered. The most affordable treatment here is getting a manicure, which I badly need, and that's for $70. And the most premium experience you can have here is a 2-hour spa treatment for $550. Our first stop is the beauty room. Let's check it out. I guess you can get your makeup done here. I see some perfumes. All right, next stop is Constellation. This is the room where I think I want to spend a lifetime. Voila! So 2 massage beds, a jacuzzi, a hot sauna. So this is where the foot ritual happens before your pedicure. I mean, there's a tub ready here, so why don't I just soak my feet? That feels really good. So here we have the hot quad sand bed ritual, the heat therapy. I mean, can you imagine all of this is at an airport? It's quite amazing. So upstairs we had the spa, and now we're in the boutique where we can buy Dior products. The thing I'm really excited about trying is this skin scanner. So this machine helps the the floor attendants recommend Dior products that might be best for your skin.
Next, we headed to the Fendi Cafe, the first ever at an airport.
Hi there, can I grab a seat?
It has all the basics: breakfast, lunch, and quick bites. All stamped with a fancy label, of course.
That's my cappuccino. Woo! You, Mom. Amazing. And this is the Caprice? Here's a fun fact. Fendi just started only as a designer of leather and fur. And now they're into food.
And the prices aren't as outrageous as you'd think. At around $9 for a cappuccino, this is probably the only Fendi anything I could afford.
It's the Muslim call to prayer in the airport, a reminder that you're in Doha and not in Florida, which is what the background looks like.
And that brings us to the massive indoor tropical garden.
So this place is called the Orchard, and it's got 300 trees and 25,000 plants and shrubs from around the world. Smells really good in here too. You've got like large palms and understory trees, just like you would in the tropics, except that we're nowhere close to the tropics. It's nice to like suspend your reality for a second.
The scene might look a little like another airport, Singapore's Changi. It also has an indoor jungle called the Jewel, which opened in 2019. It's way more elaborate, with the world's tallest indoor waterfall as its centerpiece. The rain vortex falls more than 130 feet and uses mainly recycled rainwater. A train connecting the terminals runs right through the garden. Hamad opened its orchard 3 years later in 2022. So, by now, you might be wondering why Qatar needs an airport like this. In the early 2000s, the Gulf nation was transforming into a major transit hub due to its location, pretty much at the center of the world.
Qatar Airways business focuses on a hub-and-spoke route model. And this essentially means that they're bringing in passengers from all over the world into Doha and then taking them from there to other countries.
But its international airport was small and stuck in the 60s. So in 2006, it began building the sprawling Hamad International Airport. The project was a huge undertaking that took nearly 20 years to complete, and it was plagued by scandals, including costly delays and accusations of slavery which Qatar has denied. Despite that, the airport opened its doors in 2014 and completed the final phase of construction just this year. In 2024, nearly 53 million passengers flew through the airport on over 360,000 flights. 100 planes can take off and land every hour, which is 5 planes every 3 minutes. And there's more.
The passenger terminal is the largest building in Doha. It's the size of 75 soccer fields. Soccer, not American football. Hamad International Airport is huge. So to help passengers move quickly between the north side of the terminal to the south side of the terminal, you've got this rail link with glass ceilings and glass windows so you can actually look at the terminal while you're moving through it.
Train is arriving at North Station.
The reality of building and maintaining an enormous climate-controlled structure on the hot Persian Gulf requires some special considerations.
So for example, the walls of the passenger terminal have a solar material that repels heat, and the ceiling is insulated. So, on days like today when it's 105 degrees outside, the AC doesn't have to be pumping that hard. So all the wastewater from this airport is recycled, and the treated water is used to irrigate plants around the airport.
There are so many attention-grabbing things in the terminal, like this 23 feet tall lamp bear installation worth about $6.8 million. But the little details also stand out.
I just noticed these things. Let's see if my phone can charge on it. Love that. I'm always running around the airport trying to find a charging station. There actually, I just noticed there are plenty of charging stations down here too, plugs, USBs, so you can always stay connected.
All of these amenities have earned Hamad International major recognition in the aviation industry. It was named Airport of the Year by Skytrax 3 times in 2021, 2022, and 2024.
It's kind of considered the most important awards in the industry. Everybody wants to be able to say, I got the best airport award, or the friendliest airport staff, or the friendliest airline staff.
Changi and Hamad have taken turns at that top airport award. But in 2025, Changi reclaimed its title as the best airport in the world.
The Skytrax Airport Awards is based on a survey of customer satisfaction, and they ask them about a range of different things at airports. This can range from things like the price of a coffee and how easy it was to get to the airport, to what the immigration system was like, and all the way down to the very minor things like the Wi-Fi speed.
But the real reason these awards are valuable is the money they bring in.
Having a Skytrax award helps you attract more customers.
And for airports, the best customers are the rich ones.
Airlines have always loved premium passengers. These are by far a lot more profitable than economy class, and they're also going to be spending more in airports, so airports like them as well.
So let's check out where those premium customers are spending their layovers.
So now we're heading on a very long escalator to Al Safwa Lounge, which is the first class lounge.
Travelers need a first-class ticket on Qatar Airways to access this lounge, but some business class passengers can also be eligible.
Hi.
Good evening. Welcome to front area.
Thank you. So what do I do to get a room here?
And if the lounge isn't full, you can pay to walk in.
Thank you. This is like this is a proper bedroom. It's amazing. So Al Safwa Lounge has 12 rooms like this, single rooms and double rooms, and you can book them out at 6 hours at a time. Time to relax. Again, let's remember, we're still at an airport, and this is a bedroom space in the first class lounge. So you've paid $8,000 for your ticket, and now this is free, which makes sense. This restroom is pretty nice. I mean, I think it's a little better than my hotel restroom. I mean, this is the thing with first class. I never know how to use things in first class. My economy self is just not used to things here. So this is Al Safwa Lounge's spa. Let's check out what they've got. This is the relax room. Love the sound of water falling. You know, this really isn't like what most of the population experiences at an airport. Okay, let's head to the game room. There's a room for nannies that tells you something. And then you've got the game room in here. It's got a lot of arcade games.
By now, we had spent at least 8 hours at the airport, and there was still more shopping to check out. Like this duty-free area that offers something a little more local.
So this is Souk Al Matar, which is a traditional market where you can experience Qatari life without even stepping out of the airport. You've got the dhow boat and you've got some spices on display. So yeah, you can experience a little bit of Qatar life. This is the stuff that they put a traditional incense called bakhur in. So pretty. And of course, lots and lots of camels. Camel frames, camel stuffed toys. Just traditional wear, but I could wear it to a beach party in New York. So at the passenger terminal, there's a section called Viale de Lusso, which has Italian brands, and it's also got an Emporio Armani restaurant. So does this measure up to New York pizza? Let's find out.
After my 11th meal of the day, we ended up at this airport hotel at nearly 10 p.m. So I was more than ready to crash.
We're in the executive suite. This one goes for $480 a night. So the bathroom's got a lot of real estate. Got 2 sinks here, a bidet, toilet, shower, stall. So you might not be able to see my view here, but it's basically the rail link that connects the north and south terminals. It's not much of a view, but you know, if I missed my flight and the airline put me up at this hotel, I'm not gonna complain. So it's been a pretty long day. I'm gonna end it with a quick dip at the swimming pool in the airport. Now that I've seen nearly every corner of Hamad International Airport, I have to say it's pretty mind-blowing. It's definitely better than my home base of JFK or really any international US airport.
Now let's check out Changi, the #1 airport in the world. We went to Singapore back in 2023 for a visit.
Now, I've flown all over the globe, and I usually want to get out of the airport as quickly as possible. So to test the title, I spent a day at Singapore's Changi Airport, which was just crowned the world's best for the 12th time.
And we do not even have a flight.
You want to land on me?
I toured the gardens, the $1.3 billion lifestyle hub, and the rooftop pool. If airports are filled with people trying to go somewhere else, why did this tiny island nation spend so much money to build this place? And what's it really like to spend a layover here? A lot of the good stuff at Changi is airside, meaning you need to book a flight to see it. But the jewel is landside, so you can visit the giant donut-shaped shopping mall without having a plane ticket, and there are no gates here. It sits between the control tower and Terminal 1. It took 4 years to build and was funded with private investments. If you're airside, the train between Terminal 2 and 3 cuts right through the dome.
After, 3 reports on this one terminal in my lifetime as a reporter, finally get to see it. So it's this side, no? Here goes! It's like the best roller coaster I've ever been on. That doesn't even look real. It looks like all the pictures. Wow.
But if you're landside and you don't have a plane ticket, you can still visit the Jewel. You can enter through a footbridge from Terminal 3 ticketing. There are 10 floors to Jewel, 5 below ground and 5 above. In the middle sits the Rain Vortex. At 130 feet tall,
It's the tallest indoor waterfall in the world.
at night the waterfall is a canvas for a 360-degree light show. The city of Singapore is known for its gardens, so the airport captured that theme inside Jewel with this tiered vegetation. And 99% of these plants are real.
You would never believe that planes are taking off on the other side of this.
Canopy Park sits at the top of the dome and costs about $6.
What?
The mirror and hedge mazes cost a bit extra.
You can change the gate to block off other people when they come around next time. I feel like I'm in Harry Potter right now. Oh my God, I made it. I got so lost.
These skynets tower overhead, and you can pay an extra $13 to bounce on them.
Oh my God, the elephant's my favorite. He's so cute. I'm not on fire. These are the Foggy Bowls, and apparently they're a hit among the little kids, which I am one of those, so a hit among me as well.
But my favorite part, this glass bottom bridge that hangs 75 feet above the ground. We got media passes for the day to tour everything airside, starting with the hotel right by the gates. A third of passengers transit through Changi.
So they don't leave the airport, which means that amenities here airside and hotels like the Transit Hotel are really important to keep people here. So this room is right on the transit side, so your view is overlooking the tarmac. Flights taking off.
But even if you're not staying in the hotel, the 24-hour gym and the pool are open to the public.
So we're just gonna wait for the SkyTrain. If you want to plug your phone in here, you gotta do some cycling. I don't know how much more charge I want, actually. Nice little workout before your plane.
Also airside, a free butterfly garden.
Oh my God, it's so toasty. There's about 1,000 butterflies in here, ranging 40 different species. And we're at an airport. They're teasing me, I just want to pet one.
And I loved this koi pond.
Are you camera shy? You're coming in hot, man. Woo. I don't know what I did.
And if you've got a longer layover, you can catch a flick.
There's even a movie theater, and it's free. It runs 24/7, and I think right now the second Venom film is playing.
There's of course tons of high-end shops from Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga, and Fendi.
I think I've seen like 4 Gucci's so far today. So I feel like it's just as much as an airport as it is a giant, really fancy mall.
And to continue the luxury vibes, private lounges for business and first-class travelers dot the airport. But since I wasn't flying today, I went straight for the food. This is Singapore Food Street in Terminal 3.
And there's a Subway at the entrance. Oh my God, that cracks me up.
There was also a Burger King on the other end. This food street is supposed to emulate a traditional 1960s hawker market with all the classic Singaporean dishes to match.
3 minutes? Okay, perfect, yeah.
And with plates under $10, it's a more affordable food option than other restaurants in the airport.
Thank you so much. The biggest bowl of soup I've ever seen. So we've got some soup dumplings, we've got laksa, some minced pork soup, and chicken satay. Can I double dip? We're just gonna do it.
This is one of Changi's newer terminals, but the rest of the airport isn't that old. At first, it had just one terminal and one runway. Singapore sits at the tip of the Malay Peninsula, making it a gateway connecting the West to the rest of Asia. Over the following decades, traffic increased. By 2007, the airport had over a 400% jump in passengers, and Changi launched Terminal 3. The fourth terminal came in 2017, and then 2 years later, the airport opened the $1.3 billion Jewel. By that time, the airport had already snagged the title of Best in the World 10 times. But when COVID-19 cases surged, Changi shut down, and the airport had to halt construction on the new Terminal 5. For the next 2 years, it lost out to Hamad International Airport in the Skytrax award, because Qatar had looser COVID travel restrictions. But in 2022, Changi came roaring back, with 4 times the passengers as 2021, and a 35% increase in revenue. In 2023, it reclaimed the Skytrax title, and Changi hopes to stay on top by beating out Seoul, Tokyo, and Hong Kong in international flight traffic, starting with the resumed construction on the $10 billion Terminal 5. But why has this tiny country of Singapore invested so much into an airport? Well, there are 3 reasons. First, the airport is a big moneymaker. Just about 6 million people live in Singapore. But the airport hosts between 30 and 70 million travelers in a typical year. That brings in a lot of money. Over a tenth of the country's GDP comes from air transport. The industry also supports 375,000 jobs on the island. Number 2, all the new infrastructure in soon-to-be Terminal 5 will add 50 million passengers onto Changi's capacity, bringing in more flights and revenue. And 3, the airport has to reflect the promise of luxury set by its city and its main airline, Singapore Airlines. And that luxury has started a trend in Asia for the biggest, fanciest airports in the world. Qatar, South Korea, and Japan have all invested billions in their airports to create luxury travel escapes, effectively locking more utilitarian North American airports out of the top rankings. So after 10 hours in Changi without a flight to catch, my final thought, add this airport. Yes, airport to your bucket list.